Hello, my name is Enos Luby. I'm a local resident of Croydon. There are 8 candidates running right now, and most people really don't know what they stand for or who they are. So I'm going to go through each of their leaflets, give you a clear picture of what they're actually offering. So most people, you should have gotten this pamphlet in your mail, and it goes through all of the candidates. So if you don't want to go through all of the candidates yourself, I'm going to do that for you so you don't have to flip through this. So we're going to start off. Who are the 8 candidates? And they should be here on the screen. So you have, for the Green Party, Peter Underwood. For Labour and Cooperative Party, Rowenna Francis Davis. Taking the Initiative Party of Britain, Micheal Posey MB. Local Conservatives, Jason Stephen Perry. Independent, Jose Joseph. The Trade Union and Socialist Coalition, Ben Goldstone. Reform UK, Ben Flook. And the Liberal Democrats, Micheal Howard. My goal is, at the end of this, is to actually speak to each one of the candidates directly. I want to understand exactly what each of them is proposing. So let's go through them one by one. So I'm flipping through the thing. So if you're reading it, you'll see everything that's in there. But I'll put it. You should be seeing it up on the screen anyway. So our first one is the Green Party, and his name is Peter Underwood for mayor. His main things are he was to bring hope to Croydon. Council tax that works for everyone. Bringing life back to our high streets. Housing we need, not just property for profit. And a cleaner and greener, happier Croydon. And it says, why does Peter Underwood deserve your vote? Peter isn't one of the politicians who you only see at election time. He's active the year round, fighting for the rights of Croydon residents. He has been a resident for Croydon for over 20 years. He's a committee member of the local Residents Association and Woodland Friends Group, a former civil servant, and with significant experience working in Whitehall and in European Parliament, successfully campaigned to save Editon Hills from being given to a private golf course. And part at the beginning of his is our vision for Croydon, a fair and transparent council. Then you get on to Rowenna Davis, and she has 5 pledges. Get our town center back. Like she wants to evict corporate squatters to make way for real developers. So we have to ask questions, what exactly does that mean? A safe Croydon, keeping it police in Croydon. A clean Croydon, stop fly tipping, that's a problem across the UK. A beautiful Croydon, we all want to see that, and cut the cost of living, which is what every candidate is pretty much running on. Then we get to Micheal Posey. I hope I'm saying his name right. And he is this party is the Taking the Initiative Party. And you can reach him at www.ttip.org.uk. And Mr. Posey says, stop voting for the same old politicians that have failed us. As a mayor of Croydon, Micheal will bring back community pride, business development, and safety. And it says Micheal Posey MBE is a proven entrepreneur with 30-year career dedicated to social housing, property development, youth opportunities, and a community development. A man of discipline and determination, Micheal also coached BMX athletes to Olympic level, helping Great Britain claim a silver medal. He's not a career politician, he's a community builder, and that's exactly what Croydon needs. Then we have, for the local Conservatives, Jason Perry. I actually got a chance to speak to him, and we had a really good conversation. So hopefully I get a chance to interview him as well. So he said they have gotten lots of done. They've stabilized Croydon's finances, brought elders back to, brought all, I think he's the shops, brought shops back to life with 6 new shops, live live facial recognition and cameras. I think that's needed inside of Croydon, and quite a few of the candidates have petitioned on that. Got projects like the Wesley Road crossing and Minister Green completed. Removed and restored and the graffiti removal and grass cutting services, which Labour has stopped, which is crazy. I think that needs to be addressed. A blitz clean is in every district centre. And that's just some of the things that they've done. And they said lots more to do, like begin a rolling rubbish service that will come to collect your waste for free, no dragging it to the skip. So that's big. The builders are going to love that. I don't know if that's for builders or just for homeowners. No new LTNs. Open a new public park next to the Fairlands Hall. Work on Westfield to deliver the new plan for the town centre. That'll be nice to see. Secure a government deal for that and open 4 new playgrounds. So that's Jason Perry, and he is also running for it. And next we have Jose Joseph. And I believe he's let's see where he is, sorry. Joseph Perry is an independent, which is what I thought. So I didn't want to say that before. So he's an independent, and he's here to put Croydon first, serving Croydon for almost 2 decades, successfully campaigned for facial recognition cameras. Like I said, a couple of them have campaigned for that, campaign for shelter for homeless people. Members of the neighborhood team campaigned residents concerns over high-rise development in Croydon, and campaigning for safer streets and stronger Croydon. So he's the founder of the Croydon Business Association. He's organized soup kitchens, which is a big help for people, and he's a member of the World Police Panel, Surrey Street Market Trader, and Local Community Campaign, and he's the 2022 council candidate in the town centre. So looks interesting. It lists some of his awards and some of the campaigns, but doesn't really, it'll be good to talk to him to exactly hear his plan. And then we have Vote for Socialist Mayor. His name is Ben Goldstone. He is, it just says, vote for a socialist mayor who will fight for money, resources, and the resources that Croydon needs. We need a budget based on our needs, not cuts. So he has 4 points here that I'm going to mention. No more council tax hikes, reverse Tory Labour cuts, and a knife crime, and cut bills. And number 4, cut bills, is a bit wayward because he seems like he trails off. He said we won't pay for Trump's war, nationalize energy under democratic working class control and management with no compensation for fat cat bosses. That seems a bit weird to me because Trump's war doesn't affect us picking up the trash on our street, or the locals, helping the locals to look after your local area. So it says under the Tories, the council tax has increased by 33% since 2023. Every council service has faced cuts and job losses and austerity. So despite voicing opposition, the Greens don't go far enough to stand up to Starmer's austerity, and they also have a bad record of voting through cuts wherever they have been in power. So that's Mr. Ben Goldstone. And then we have the ever famous Reform UK, which has just gotten so much traction lately. It says there's a mayor, and the person running for reform is Ben Flook. And he says, as your mayor, my top priority will be to ensure that council finances are stable and your money is being spent wisely. The council's current debt is over 1.4 billion, and a staggering 1 million is spent in debt in interest payments alone every single week. You deserve better, and this financial chaos and poor management at this election, you can send a clear message to Keir Starmer, a city con, by voting Reform UK so we can fix the financial crisis in Croydon. Some of the things they're petitioning on: number 1 is to put Londoners first for social housing, oppose housing illegal immigrants in hotels support our struggling high streets, end ULEZ and the war on drivers, and crack down on antisocial behavior. Then we go to Richard Howard, and he's running for the Liberal Democrats. It says Croydon deserves better. Croydon needs new leadership. Croydon has been failed by both Labour and Conservatives, but still has huge potential. And as a financial professional and former Army officer, I have the leadership, skills, and experience to provide and change Croydon to change what Croydon desperately needs. Labour drove this council to bankruptcy through reckless spending and poor governance, and the Conservatives promised to turn things around and failed despite raising council tax by 33%. So the second time we see 33%. My plan to get Croydon back on track: real leadership, not empty promises. 2, tackle the financial crisis. 3, promote our potential. And 4, a new vision for our town centres and high street. That's Richard Howard. And again, he's running for the Liberal Democrats. So that's all your candidates on what it looks like. And like I said, before I speak to any of the candidates directly, I want to understand exactly each of them and what they are proposing. So we have gone through them one by one, and I am hoping to follow up with 1 or 2 interviews with some of the candidates, those who will have me speak to them. I've reached out to 1 or 2 of them, and they seem receptive, but we'll see how it goes. And I have some questions. I do have questions, but I'll present them all with the similar questions. But there's one thing that none of them have touched on. They have touched on antisocial behavior and tackling this antisocial behavior in the streets. But the antisocial behavior actually starts within the home, and that is something that is not being addressed. It almost seems like it was pushed out of homes, like where parents are responsible for the actions of the children or whoever lives in their home. So it's almost like if a child is misbehaving, that is, once he gets out of the house, that is the problem of whoever is dealing with him, whether it be the police officer or whoever the court is dealing with him. It's not the problem of the people inside of that home. The issues actually start from within the home, and until you actually start to curb that and crack down on those issues and hold adults and parents responsible for the actions of their kids and their children and whoever else, then all of this stuff that they're doing, you're just putting a band-aid over the problem. So so the issues need to be tackled from within the home first, and then when you're beautifying the streets and you're fixing the buildings and you're doing all this grandiose stuff, then it'll all be worth it. But if you're doing all of this and then the kids are still coming out and just misbehaving and doing whatever they want, you're swimming upstream. So anyway, this has been In the Slooby. I'm a Croydon resident. I appreciate you for tuning in. I hope that was informative, and please look forward to 1 or 2 interviews from a few of these candidates. I don't know who the first one is going to be, but as soon as I get it, I will bring it to you. And please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, so we can grow this channel. And I really would like to see not just Croydon, but not just London, but the UK actually grow and be better. I have my opinions, what I think, but I'm going to reserve my opinions for your comments. So just leave a comment what you think on. And like I said, I'm going to go into this unbiased with each candidate, because I think each candidate shouldn't feel like they're speaking to someone who's speaking from this side or speaking from that side. I think each candidate should be allowed to voice their opinion freely and not feel like they're being attacked. So that's not my position. I'm here to try and bring you their views to help you make the best decision. Anyway, we'll see you on the next one. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this. Everybody in Croydon needs to share this.